Hello, everyone. Ron here from RJJ's Reaction, and I decided to do another video today. This time going back to Ren and High Ren. Now, as I mentioned in my first Ren video, which was the very first video on this new channel, I have seen the video High Ren before and heard the song. It hit very hard the first time I saw it. It's actually hitting me a little bit hard right now, even to think about and talk about watching it again. It's incredibly powerful video and song, the lyrics, his performance, everything about it. It's just almost overwhelming, particularly if you've dealt with mental illness or those voices in your head. We all have those voices in your head, but I know that some, myself included, have dealt with more powerful voices, shall we say, and other issues around that, particularly in my past. But to some extent, it never goes away. And I'll talk a little bit more about that after the video. I will also put a link, as I have with other Ren videos, to his GoFundMe page, because after having been misdiagnosed and treated with the wrong drugs. I shouldn't say mistreated, but in a way it is mistreatment, isn't it? He's had a lot of health complications, and he is right now in Canada, where I live. Well, not exactly where I live, West Canada, but for treatment. So I'll put the link to the GoFundMe page below, as well as a link to his site. So go there and click on his video so that he gets the clicks as well. I know he's blown up recently, but every little bit helps. All right, so let's have a look at High Ren. I know some people have said that they don't like the guitar at the beginning. I love it. I think it's really, really well done. I know when I first heard that, I can't copy him. I thought, what the hell am I getting into? And then later on, I realized, yes, we actually were going to hell in part.
Hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down, you know that. Deep down, you know I'm always in periphery. Ren, on your pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill.
Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect to always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy.
Nah, mate. This time is different, man, trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place. And my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great. And when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help.
You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one. So you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not left over there.
Yes, exactly. It's you. You're fighting with yourself, and isn't Ren amazing at being able to switch back and forth so rapidly? And his facial expressions change, the way he plays the guitar changes, uh, even his body language changes. He looked. Sorry. Let's go on.
I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving. Delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Where are your Grammys, Ren? Nowhere.
Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in.
Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself.
Trust me.
You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it.
Man, it's not like that.
Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat.
No, it's not, man. You're wrong. When I write, I belong.
Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with the subconscious. Eminem did it.
Played on guitar.
Plan B did it.
Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material.
Ren, mate, we've heard it all before.
She sells seashells on the seashore. Fuck you. I don't need you. I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself. I'm a genius. And I will be great. And I will make waves. And I'll shake up the whole world beneath it.
That's right, speaking.
So there is humor in this video, but when it hits you so hard, I recognize the humor, and it's great that he's put it in there. It's amazing how much he's managed to fit into this song. So I do understand why people laugh at certain points, because he really does have a great sense of humor, but it is a deep and relatively dark song.
Your truth, your fucking God complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to actually hear you say it instead of downplay it.
Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus.
Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren.
Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren.
I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside.
Newsflash. I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mephistopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender. When standing in front of my solar eclipse, my name is stitched to your lips. So you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal. Feeble and normal, you wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of end. I am you, you are me, I am you, Ren.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So cower at the man I've become when I sing from the top of my lungs that I won't retire. I'll stand in your fire, inspire that make to be strong. And when I am gone, I will rise in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climate different side.
Unbelievable. Unbelievably talented.
When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas, that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences, with autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare, but there were victims and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast. It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax. And I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
Well, I shall try to get through my comments without becoming an emotional disaster. This video just hits me really hard, and I'm sure it does a number of people. Everyone has that sort of darker side and lighter side within them. But if you've ever dealt with serious psychological issues, or you know someone who has, or you know someone who has done the ultimate act, or you've attempted it yourself, it hits extremely hard, but in a good way. He's so talented, and what a generous man, what a kind man to open himself up and make himself so vulnerable and provide the messages in such an amazing art form. Just really talented, very, very talented. The lyrics are amazing. As I mentioned, you know, there's that battle within himself, and there primarily seemed to be two voices there. You could say there were multiple voices. I think mostly this was two voices, but sometimes there's more than two voices going on. But there's that one side, and what I liked about it, and I've noticed this with Ren in a couple of other places too, is that he's not black and white. He's not on or off. He recognizes that there are gray areas. So that darker side of him is some of all of us is sometimes necessary to temper our over enthusiasm, which might get us in trouble too. You know, so there's a little bit of that in there. I mean, for the most part, I think you see the dark side is bad and the lighter side is good. But he even talks about, you know, when he talks about the pendulum at the end when he's speaking, uh, you know, that the brighter the light, the darker the shadows. So You know, I know people with very good intentions try to help when you're struggling psychologically or with depression or anxiety, any of those things. And they try to help you and say, look on the bright side, and things will be better tomorrow, and all of this. And it's nice for them to try to help, but sometimes it seems even darker in the sunshine. You know, the shadows are lurking around the corner, and that leads me to the setting, to the room. And to me, and I could be completely wrong, but to me, the sort of disastrous look of the room was a representation of the mind, of the fact that maybe the structure is sound, but there's a lot of darkness going on. There's a lot of destruction within that mind. And then of course the flickering lights on and off, and they were doing that mostly when he was on the dark side. But again, at the end, if you'll notice, when he seemed to be conquering, those lights were flashing again. And remember that at the end, when he was speaking, he spoke about that eternal dance becoming easier, making things easier, but not easy. Uh, you know, um, it makes improvement, but not perfection. There's no such thing. So again, very wise to note that it isn't all one or the other, that there are gray areas. There are uh, the path is both dark and light, and I guess the idea is to balance that and to move in the right direction using all of the voices, the dark voices, the brighter voices, the happy voices, the sad voices, the anxious voices, whatever voices, using them. And I'm so glad to see Ren with his music and his art, his acting, everything that he does, is probably a way of him dealing and coping, at least in part, with some of the health issues, physical health issues, and also the psychosis that he had, and well, any of the problems that he has. And that's something that I would recommend for anyone to do. My writing helps me. Um, and I know that others do journals and others do art, as in painting, drawing, uh, anything you can do, a hobby, or if you're a good singer like Ren, or you play the guitar, um, find something that you can pour your energies into, not to take your mind off of your troubles exactly, because that doesn't work, because they're right there when you come back, but to sort of um, steer those voices into a creative or constructive way so that you can cope better and do better. I think that's a message in there as well. There's a lot of messages in there. I could talk for a very long time, but I won't bore you with my words and my hideous face. But um, is there anything else that I wanted to say right now about this particularly High Ren? Well, High Ren, the title, what an introduction to Ren. And of course, he's done music long before he came up with High Ren. I wasn't aware of him until recently, and a lot of people weren't. So High Ren has exploded, and what a great video to explode for him, because it's like introducing himself to the world. So he might not have known that this was going to happen with this particular video, and now everyone's sort of looking at all of his other music as well. So good for Ren. As I said, I'll put the GoFundMe link in the comments, actually, because this is a new channel. They're not allowing me to put links right in the description. So I will put it in, and I'll pin it in the comments so you can find the link to the GoFundMe page and to his page. And also I'll put a link there for my first volume of book, second volume to come out within probably a month or two. It's almost ready to go. I'm getting the draft copy today or tomorrow. I'm just very happy the doorbell hasn't rung while I'm doing this video. All right. In the meantime, keep listening, keep having fun with lighter music and darker music. And there'll be more Ren videos to come, and I'll continue to do other artists too. Let me know what you would like to hear. It's Ron from RJJ's Reactions. Until next time, bye-bye for now.